Let me live. Let me live.
Mitch! Oh no, you're invisible! You're invisible! What the fuck? No! Are you kidding me? More you know. Oh shit! Oh, Yoshi, where'd you go?
Wait, it's way too early.
Double sevens! P gets the yes! Hey Wario! You get the yes!
Yeah, do that into tower.
Welcome back to a special top 10 list. This time I get to share the top 10 best games I have streamed this year. Rules are going to be as follows. Only new games added to my list of games streamed are allowed. So I have a list of 26 new games that I have actually streamed. Of those, I've cut that list in half and have just enough for a solid top 10 and even 3 honorable mentions. Now, please check the playlists of these series, all of them linked in the description below. Now, let's go over 3 honorable mentions on this list. To understand why these games barely made the cut, there are a few reasons as to why they didn't make it. Let's go over the 3 honorable mentions.
That was amazing.
100. 100.
That was amazing. That was impressive.
First try on this one as well. Wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, where'd you go?
Face unicorn! I got a screenshot, I'm getting a screenshot,
Starting with one of the most popular Super Mario 64 hacks ever created, Super Mario 64 Starro. This one on my personal tier list got a B rank. For a B rank game, these games are honestly in the middle of the pack, and are pretty much the mid-level in general. What honestly took this game down quite a bit was actually one of the unique features that actually hack has compared to other SM64 ROM hacks. There's actually a level -1 underworld type level, where if you get a game over, you're stuck in this zone. It's not much, but when you're dying a lot and running out of lives, getting back to where you left off takes a while, especially in the later stages. Oh, and the final area of levels, just reaching some of them is annoying as hell. Even if I had the Yoshi mod that we managed to add to the SM64 Online series later on, it wouldn't have mattered that much. For a popular SM64 hack, it was honestly right in the middle of a good and bad that I tackled this year. Wall. Wait!
Oh my god.
Never mind, just push me in the wall.
Oh, I'm back.
Second up is Five Nights at Wario's Below the Depths, a very interesting fan game that has a unique premise. You are underneath the factory and have to survive with only one door. Seems easy enough, yet you have what is basically a fairly challenging max mode, with an even harder max mode. You also have a second mode with the gameplay style similar to Five Nights at Wario's 1. As an added bonus, there is even a secret night challenge with a whole new group of opponents to deal with. It's actually fairly difficult. And honestly, it was a solid game. Five Nights at Wario's fan games 2023 actually had quite a few hits this year, with honestly only one miss, and even the misses were not as massive as what happened to me last year. I recommend nearly all the Five Nights at Wario's fan games that I've played this year, even when I got extremely stuck on it and struggled like crazy with. No, Pete, no! Toad, you fuck! Finally, we have Road Trip with Wario, a fan game that actually does something a bit different. You have to survive in a car while stopping Wario and the others. It's fairly difficult, and even the challenges are super tough. Unfortunately, the secret max mode was impossible for me to defeat due to how insanely difficult it got. There's also a gas pumping side mode, and even challenge And it actually is a very solid gimmick. You have to keep Peach at bay while also scaring away Wario and Luigi at the same time, also while filling up the gas tank. You also get a few new minigames that are fairly challenging to complete, as well as a final boss fight against what is basically a stick figure or some entity. While the first half is having you traveling reaches the end of Maze of Doors, so I actually found really pretty tricky, especially when the main challenge is actually not entering a fake door, which I did on numerous occasions. And when you actually get to the boss, it's actually a tough boss fight that has 3 phases. Annoyingly, if you fail in one phase, you have to do them all over again. But I'll be honest, this was a worthwhile fan game actually to tackle. Now, it's time for the top 10 best games I have streamed this year. Here we go.
Alright, we did it. As Nara, we welcome you. Alright, Soul, we did it. Or I did it.
Alright. Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
Well, wonder effect.
Here we go. Ready to go.
Wait for me.
We have singing Piranha plans.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the most recent Super Mario Bros. Game, and one that was extremely hyped when it was first revealed. For a game like this, you're wondering why it's at the bottom of this list. First off, I actually love the various stages and power-ups. Heck, I like how much of a threat Bowser is in this game. The soundtrack is amazing, and honestly, the castle and airship themes are my favorite. I cannot wait for Super Mario Maker 3 when they add Wonder's theme. However, despite the major ups this game has, there are a few flaws that if this game ever honestly got an update, there's a chance to actually improve this game and maybe even bring it past the B rank that I gave it. Starting off with the fact that why it's low on this list is Yoshi. Yoshi can't use any power-ups at all. And the fact that Yoshi does have power-ups in other games like where they turn Yoshi into basically an easy mode character, it felt kind of insulting for Yoshi fans. From the other games that I've played as Yoshi, which we'll get into later on, the game was far more balanced than it was in Wonder. For the DLC of this game, I like a mode to turn Yoshi from easy mode to act similar to Mario and the others, possibly gain powers. These powers also could eliminate some of Yoshi's abilities. This also means if you decide 100% Super Mario Bros. Wonder is either Yoshi or Nabbit, you're not going to be able to do it alone, or without actually swapping characters at least once or a few times. You can complete at least 95% of the stages as Yoshi, and slightly less as Nabbit. At least 4 stages with online are impossible for Yoshi. Second reason for issue is online. When you had a better online when you Super Mario 3D World with collision, interact with your friends online, I wish you could have turned and actually interact with people physically, like in the game. The fact that everyone, even in a private room, has no collision unless you turn into a ghost was annoying. I would honestly say making private rooms have player collision and public rooms not so much, but it improve this game even more. Finally, the boss battle, or lack thereof. In total, you have 5 bosses, and 5 to 7 main worlds. 4 of them are Bowser Jr., and the final boss is Bowser. The boss fights are fine, but when previous Mario games I had at least 1 boss, a world, and even a mid-boss, it's a major letdown. Even the classic Super Mario Bros. Had more bosses than Wonder, and all 8 of them are identical. To fix this, I'd add more bosses in each world. Make Bowser Jr. a mid-boss for each of the 7 worlds, maybe give him actually a special boss fight in the special world. Then have the Koopalings or original foes as bosses for each of the 6 main worlds. Give us a boss battle for each world. Finally, give us a Kamek boss fight in the airship world. He'll be a perfect fit for the boss in that area, especially if you place him right before the ending part of the ship, the stage. If you couldn't add the Koopalings, just adding 4 more Bowser Jr. fights, one in World 3, one in World 5, one right before you fight Bowser, and as his last ditch attempt actually to beat you, and then finally a special world boss rush gauntlet where Bowser Jr. actually fights you, all of his Wonder abilities, make him one of the hardest bosses in the entire game, and then give us 3 boss fights in the battleship levels. Just do enough extra to make this game go up in this list. But as of this current version, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is actually at the bottom of this list.
Okay, Alright, I did it. 61-21.
You got it?
I did it.
Alright. Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
There's time for one last frantic dance for the grand finale. Let the music play. Unfortunately, it's the only time I ever actually hear this guy's...
Pokmon Colosseum. After more than a decade of watching Let's Plays, or even watching an old best friend of mine play the game at my place, I finally got to experience this game. And honestly, this game is fun, but challenging. I really liked the characters, and it was a solid and short game. Gameplay was something I had to get used to, but I do have a few nitpicks that honestly I do get, but I feel like this is where the sequel does improve upon. First, the available Pokemon does limit you greatly. I'll be honest and say that some of the Pokemon available prior to Generation 4 really sucked. Jumpluff, for example, honestly was relatively decent early game, but as soon as I was told that Jumpluff doesn't learn any new moves, it became completely worthless. Granbull is honestly a very sucky mon, and I only used it because it was one of my friends wanted me to name them after. Catching some Shadow Pokemon, even with the easy cheat strat, was good, but I did attempt all Shadow Pokemon without using the Master Ball glitch, which the sequel sadly removes. The final boss of this game was actually one of the more difficult ones, though when you are extremely limited by your options, there isn't much else you can do. Add to the fact that you don't get healing for the final set of battles, you have to actually catch the enemy Shadow Pokemon and beat the enemy trainers before tackling the final boss. It's more of an annoyance than it is difficult. It's the lowest of the A-rank titles due to the others actually being slightly better than this one. I'm actually glad I finally got a chance to experience this game like this. Now I need to plan out the time I actually tackle a sequel, of which there is a major improvement on Mons available.
I can't keep up with the tempo! Oh no, what a no! How dare you! Don't you dare think you'll get away with your latest outrage. One of these days, I will take great pleasure in kicking you about with my elegant dance steps. Oh, I'm not giving up our Shadow Pokemon plan. Let's go, escape! Hey, nice Naruto run. Ludicolo is just jam away.
Alright.
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
Oh,
Bye.
no.
Just,
Bully Mirror Mel.
Lucario, where are
Oh,
you?
fuck.
I mean, I just went into a level.
Fuck this.
Luigi's Mansion 64, the superior version of Luigi's Mansion. To be more accurate, it was Wario's Mansion 64, one of the two Super Mario 64 ROM hacks where I actually had everyone play as Wario, with Wario's moveset. For the ROM hack that actually fits better for someone like Mario and Luigi, it left a lot of us figuring out the controls of this character. It was actually a solid challenge to deal with. Doing this on Wartober was a fun idea, and even some of my friends wanted to change back to their normal characters they play as, but as that was the main gimmick, that was rules. Even I had to deal with Wario controls, and I usually play as Yoshi. The game was relatively easy, and there are some hilarious moments, but I do feel like the game itself could have done more. As also not forget that the version that we chose was the remade version, so 100% the game was impossible because there are no guides to tell us what star we missed. So we were kind of out of luck for that. But then again, I'm one of the few people who wanted to 100% these SM64 ROM hacks, but others were even willing to actually stop playing the game. Even there's like a few more stars left to grab, like honorable mention Starro. Super Mario 64 Online was super enjoyable and a great way to experience some classic ROM hacks.
Jump below mirror me.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm bouncing your head apparently.
You're bouncing on Mirror Me's head. This is so weird.
The fact that actually you can do that. Yeah, I like that as well.
Then boom. I'm highlighting everything.
How many bounces can I get on your head?
The
I
weird
like-
occasional collision is... What the fuck? Alright.
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
The devil's right-hand man has come to play.
No shit, literally.
Five Nights at Wario's The Abandoned Factory, Nevermore, and Ever After. Created by Ray Leray, this is the last game of the Abandoned Factory trilogy, and due to it being a bigger one compared to the other two, I felt it deserved this spot on this list. I wanted to briefly mention the Abandoned Factory, as that was a game that initially had a C rank, but managed to boost itself to an A rank from my own personal opinion on games streamed. I'm glad I gave the game a second chance, created other Five Nights at Wario's fan games that I probably will never replay again. Two negatives I've had with the game staying out far more unique than even that one in particular. Back to Never One Ever After, Nevermore introduces a unique mode that has you attempt to keep your ally, Luigi, alive whilst holding off the foes who are trying to defeat you. Fairly difficult, but I do feel like when you add the whole Shadow Queen trials, that actually makes the main knights even harder. Even the challenges are fairly difficult. Then we have Ever After, a mode that actually uses two separate screens to tackle various challenges and knights. I will admit that this was probably the most annoying part. Some characters would actually attack on both sides, and I died due to them. The story is very good, but there is one more thing that actually places it relatively high. The Last Nightmare in particular. The Last Nightmare is a final mode that you can tackle and is a very difficult challenge. It's the final challenge of this massive game, and honestly, I really like it. As much of a frustration was attempting to defeat the max 920 mode of this game, I'm actually glad that it was actually what it was for Fantasy Warriors fan game for me. When the last Fantasy Warriors fan game that was a near perfect A rank was switched in time, and then later on we have Cabin Fever, although which chapter 2 is not as popular as the first chapter and is getting remade again. It's nice. So Nevermore and Ever After is actually a nice game to praise. Well, I do have a few issues with the game. Most of it's basically some frustration, mainly with the Shadow Queen mode, and how if you get really unlucky, especially on night 5, you have to do all 4 nights all over again, which is annoying and time consuming. But even Last Nightmare's max difficult 920 mode, I'm honestly gonna be able to succeed with 100% of this game. When last year's was a bit of a disaster and I abandoned multiple games due to frustrating moments, or having to use assistance to get past certain points, it's nice to actually beat a challenge or have someone who can show me what to do, which helped out so much.
Okay, go for it, please. Please, 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 come on. Just stall long enough. Please be long enough. Just checking back and forth, Demon War doesn't make a move. Come on. Yes.
There you go.
Ah.
Did you make it? You made it!
Ah.
Now, are you ready for true test?
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
This device is indestructible. I'll never be able to defeat Luigi's Q room. You don't have the sense to know when to quit, it seems. It's an act of mercy on my part. Bring this to an end now.
Pokemon Black 2. I attempted the challenge mode, while also using the challenge mode that is part of this game. I used an entirely unique team of 6 Pokemon, and I had to beat all the challenges, including the secret boss, Cynthia. Every single battle was attempting to beat my team of 6 mons. I used exclusively Unova Pokemon, and it allowed me a chance to experience out various mons I'd never used before. Mons like Golurk and Nigani and Gothita. Unfortunately, I didn't take off points, as of all the mons I had on this team, the worst one was honestly Nigani. If you're curious, I also calculated out how many times I blacked out, or any of the other my other Pokemon fainted. In terms of feigning, I believe Vanny had the most number of feints, while my starter in Zoroark, the pawn of the group, had the least. It was only after beating the main game and defeating Iris that the challenge really picked up, and I am also preparing to do another attempt on White 2 with a double feature where a friend of mine and I are going to do a solo race with him doing a Golett and me using a standoff. If you recall at the beginning of this year, I attempted the standoff solo run of Pokemon Blackbird, attempting to beat the game using only a standout, and I was successful. So much so that actually it was at a lower level than even the original person who did the challenge and gave up on it. And even the popular PokeTuber challenge maker, Madrybread in particular, and because someone else did attempt on solo Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 in normal mode, I plan to tackle it on challenge mode, and that was to be a worthwhile challenge. Please check out both challenges and see how crazy it is. Also, please check out my Discord server while I attempt Standout Solo White 2 challenge mode. And also Glock as well, when he attempts his Golett Solo White 2 challenge mode.
White Fish got a kill for once.
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
Hang on. Wait for all of us.
Yeah, I'm coming in there right now.
Let me solo him.
Super Mario 64 Cursed Castle. The other Wartober themed Super Mario 64 ROM hack that had all of us using only Wario. What made this better than the other one was that they gave us unique boss fights with King Boo instead of a possessed Bowser fight. From exploring the 3 castles relatively a short series, there was a lot of hilarious moments that made this more memorable than the other ones. It's Despite this shortness, it was enough to make a solid impact, though some of my friends were happy to be able to switch out of Wario after 2 SM64 Wario exclusive hacks. Finding using Wario with these hacks actually made them much more interesting, you had to adapt to the gimmick of Wario and find ways to obtain all the stars. I do wish that the King fight was slightly better, stages in the soundtrack was good, and we did test some of the stages actually prior to this series, so it actually allows us to be better prepared. If October was able to end on such a solid high note, I'm actually more likely to be able to go and make it return again next year. In videos out on SM64 ROM hacks, we will upsuck as Wario again, much to the dismay of everyone, and all my friends in particular.
Brilliant.
Wow, right on the throne.
Here, wait.
My star.
Yeah.
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
I think she's still on.
Except
I mean, she,
defeat Emblem
yeah.
for Kaya. So okay, she has 2 bars. This guy has 2 bars.
Fire Emblem Engage. Compared to Three Houses, I actually like Engage far more. Engage is basically the Fire Emblem Fates versus Fire Emblem Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Most people praise Three Houses and Awakening, while they are not as favorable towards Engage and in Fates. However, I will praise Engage and Fates over Awakening Three Houses. If you saw my top 10 stream games list for 2020, as well as my top 25 worst games list, and even top 25 best games, you will actually notice that Engage got 23rd on my best stream games list, while Awakening got 15th on my worst games stream list. And Three Houses got honorable and dishonorable mentions on 2020's top 10 list and top 25 worst games list. But that can be shared in those vids on why I don't care for those 2 games. Going back to Engage, I found myself enjoying playing the slightly shorter game, even on the harder difficulty that I did. I had some favorite characters, and the whole emblem rings was a really cool concept. As an added bonus, I really like using the DLC emblems, and even the story as a whole was very good. I like the 4 Hounds as a villainous group. It reminded me of the 4 Horsemen of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, a game I do plan on playing. Some of the voice actors actually reminded me of some of the non-Fire Emblem related stuff, like how Mikai's current English voice actress is the same voice actress as the English dub for Mei in the Pokemon anime, or even Clan has an English voice actor for the dub of Midoriya from My Hero Academia. Some of this I only found out afterwards. I do wish you could have done more with character creativity, or there was even a New Game Plus, and unfortunately Fire Emblem is sort of a cursed game series on my channel. I love this series, yet unfortunately I can't do anything about it as every time I try to stream these games, I barely get many views. But Fire Emblem, even at its lowest casual setting, is a strategy heavy game. Engage was the best new Fire Emblem game that I've streamed, and so far I've only streamed 5 Fire Emblem related games. I do plan on streaming more of them, and hopefully those can be just as good as Engage was, for me. Also, bonus points for Engage for having a really good Avatar character that was actually an improvement from Byleth, who honestly for me is the worst Avatar character for me. As an added bonus, Engage and to an extent 3 Hopes made Byleth so much more expressive and a better character when not stuck as the Avatar character. For the last game that got an A rank on this list, it's time for 3 S rank games that actually will appear in this list as the top 3 best games of this year.
So if anything, at least it's the killer I should buy Nuke and her with a bow.
Yep.
Dual assist, boom, beam attack, and then the brute force finisher. Just a nuke her at the very end.
Yeah. Wow, Mikaya.
Just a finisher off.
Well, you're yeah. Like I said,
6 turns.
She's pretty weak.
6 turns.
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
Shell Spike, we're gonna nuke him with the special. Alright, Bowser, invincible star for doom! Yo, Red! What? We've got a headache. You're totally out of shape. Yo, Red! What? My bacon's running. Then change brands. Super Mario RPG Remake. A game that has been a long time coming. One that honestly I never expected it to happen. And just like how I mentioned in the top 25 best games list, I give this NES version a solid A rank. Does this remake improve on everything the original had? It does. It honestly does so much more than I had honestly expected. For a game that I saw an LP on from YouTuber Chuck Conroy nearly a decade or more ago, and I actually asked my dad to purchase the game on the Wii Virtual Console for me so I could play this game the same day, this is what actually put this as a well worthwhile game to play. I was even hooked with the Ross Forest Maze song that hit the internet, and a month or two ago, just got a remix. Both songs are amazing, by the way. This remake not only feels faithful to the original, but adds more. Now, certain enemies with gold text in their names automatically give out frog coins, so frog coin grinding is not as tedious as before. Leveling up makes every single character gives a little fun little dance, while the main level up character is actually posing. It's a really neat bonus. You can play the game with classic SMRPG controller style and the classic music, or the modern music and controls. There's also a casual and normal mode. I do wish there was a hard mode, and honestly I do wish that they actually did add a hard mode, but thankfully the post-game does give us rematch boss fights and against 7 tough foes. As a bonus, every single boss fight from the Hairbro duo to Smithy himself have a brief animated cutscene to each battle before it begins. They even made all the minigames even better, save for a few. The Yoshi Race, Sky Trooper platforming, and the Sky Bridge are not really that great compared to the original. Well, actually, the original's not that great either for some of them in particular, but they're pretty bad. Even the simple moments like Dodo's minigame and the Chandelier dance, and even the fact you can turn yourself into an 8-bit in Booster's Tower is made even better in this remake. The Kulix fight is even better than it was in the original, and there is an even harder version of this fight compared to the original. There's even a monster deck that actually gives Mallow a special role. Using a special thought peak skill, you can have Mallow give the thoughts of various enemies. I also love the special triple moves that the game added. They are just a cool concept, and I love each and every one of them, especially the tactical new Bowser Shell. That's my favorite. And I do wish we could have gotten an increase to the level cap, maybe even a hard mode to help make the game a bit more of a challenge. The game does give you a far better storage system that I actually love far more than the original. It's deserving of actually an S-rank title. But I do wish the game may actually give us a hard mode, so I could have had a harder challenge with the game. Maybe if the game gets a free update and adds a hard mode added basically, maybe all else actually the game actually has to offer, I would actually have to say the game would be a perfect remake. It's honestly perfect already. It would be even more perfect actually if they added it. Despite this game being the most recent game I actually have streamed, Twill has actually managed to surpass it. I wonder which games those were. Alright, now for real. Now for the star song.
You see, you couldn't have that star unless I was here.
That's true. We got ourselves a 6-star.
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
Oh shit! Press the button, switch my badges around. I'm losing a bit of a buff in my power stuff, but honestly, for survivability, I need to survive at least can dodge and avoid attacks.
Mario & Luigi Dream Team.
Yep.
By far the best Mario & Luigi game I've not only streamed, but also played in general. And I've played both fan favorites and their remakes. This game was also a top 5 in my top 25 best games streamed from all 150 games streamed, video. From a very colorful cast of characters and a solid set of villains, to by far even the best soundtrack for any Mario & Luigi game, Dream Team does not disappoint. It even has a hard mode that actually takes it more on the level of the older Mario & Luigi games, where getting game over actually sends you back to the previous save point. And trust me, that does get annoying after a while, even when you can't save anywhere. Which is even better that despite doing the hard mode, there's actually an added bonus for every level up. I had a friend roll a dice, and that's what I actually had increased the level up bonus for. I was even able to beat and even challenge the boss fights I never got a chance to face off against and even beat, those being Palladium X and Tasma X, Bowser Jr., Zkeeper X, and Bowser X respectively. I even had a Game Boy montage that actually even had voice acting with it. Probably one of the best montages I've ever worked on, and I fought most of these bosses at a attempt lower level than most people would. I was at level 43 when I beat Tasma X and attempted Bowser Jr. at the same time. I recommend a level for those fights in the hard mode for Tasma X level 50 and for Bowser Jr. at level 55. The most frustrating thing with Dream Team was definitely the tutorials. I do wish hard mode got rid of the tutorials though, and Giant Medley was probably the most hardest challenge in Dream Team, and I mean the hardest. And I did it exclusively on hard mode. Let's just say the amount of attempts it took me to beat the Giant Medley was probably close to 50 attempts. Go ahead and check out my series and look from streams 13 to finale, you can see how many times it took me to actually win on this brutal challenge. And I really wish I could have actually placed Dream Team at the number 1 spot on this list. But to be completely honest, one other game has managed to sneak its way into the top spot, and holy crap, now I'm a total fan of the series.
Ooh! 670 damage. We did it! We beat him! We beat him!
We did it.
Oh shit! Oh man!
Someone clip this. Someone clip this.
What in the... Yowza, that's a big one.
Okay, would you stop?
Go! Grind his bones to dust! Let the extreme third battle begin!
Son of 5 Royal. Not only did it steal my heart, it also stole the first place spot on this list. It was also a top 5 my top 25 best games of all time list, so you honestly knew this game was going to be on the list. From the amazing cast of major and minor characters, to the extremely well-written story, to honestly a really solid soundtrack, to a very fun and difficult batch of boss in this game, even to the point where I immediately got annoyed at, was redeemed by everything this amazing game has offered. In the case of Okumura, the fault lies mostly my own fault for not doing the combo each persona weaknesses to my best abilities, and then to the point I messed up for Luigi and I didn't max him out. I got extremely lucky with able to max the countdown to its absolute max. The soundtrack from each of the 9 palaces, as well as also both battles, boss battles, and any music this game has to offer, is so much fun. For a game series that honestly I'd only heard of once, thanks to the popular franchise Super Smash Bros., I can honestly thank Ultimate for teasing me a bit about Joker, before even allowing me to actually play his actual game in particular. As a major bonus, the game was honestly not that expensive when I got the game. I got it on sale, and although I was curious about the game, I have to say I was actually honestly recommended to play this game. I even have plans to actually eventually tackle Persona 3 and Persona 4. Whichever this game actually did, and how solid the story actually was, it deserves this top spot on this list. Honestly, the simple fact that this game actually was also one of my longest running series in general, and also was a top 5 contender, deserves its actual top spot. It was literally in my top 5 in the top 25 best game streamed list. And 2023 for me actually was honestly a great year for streaming games. Only a few games that actually were kind of misses. We got 3 games that honestly hit S rank territory, and even more games that are on hit A rank. I honestly cannot wait for 2024 and see what actual games are in store for that year. Please hit the like button down below, subscribe for more, and join me for future games I plan to stream on this channel. Stay golden.
As I knew it was gonna happen. I leveled to level 54.
Power courses through me.
I beat Thor by being attacked.
Once again, justice prevails.